Father God, you see every listener and know their desire to walk uprightly and please you. Quiet our hearts, draw us into your presence, and prepare us to pray. Establish us in righteousness and strengthen our walk in Jesus' name. Lord my God, I come before you with a sincere and trembling heart, lifting my soul in humility and reverence, asking that you draw me into your holy presence and allow me to dwell where you abide, not as a visitor, but as one whose life is accepted before you. Cleanse me from every impurity that separates me from your dwelling. Remove every weight of sin, distraction, and self, and let my heart be aligned with your holiness, so that I may stand before you with confidence that comes only from your mercy and grace, Father. My deepest desire is to live in your presence continually, to walk each day under the covering of your truth, to remain planted where your glory rests, and to be found worthy to abide with you. Therefore, I surrender every hidden fault, every secret motive, and every divided affection, asking you to purify my heart completely, that nothing in me would resist your holiness or grieve your spirit as I seek to dwell with you in sincerity and truth. O Lord, let my life become a dwelling place that pleases you. Shape my thoughts, desires, and actions so they reflect your righteousness. Remove every attitude that dishonors you, and let my hunger for your presence be stronger than my hunger for worldly approval, comfort, or gain. Draw me closer until my soul rests fully in you, and my spirit finds peace in abiding under your holy covering, God of righteousness. I long to remain in your presence without fear of rejection. Therefore, I ask that you search me deeply and cleanse me thoroughly. Remove every stain of hypocrisy, pride, and compromise, and let my life be transparent before you, that my dwelling with you may be rooted in truth, integrity, and obedience, not in appearance or empty words, but in a heart fully yielded to you, Lord. I ask not only to enter your presence, but to remain there, to be established in a way of living that keeps me close to you. Remove every habit, relationship, and desire that pulls me away from your dwelling place. Anchor my soul in your truth, and teach my heart to love holiness, that my life may consistently reflect the character of one who abides with the holy God. Father, I acknowledge that dwelling with you is a privilege sustained by your grace. Therefore, I depend completely on you to shape my life into one that honors your presence. Strengthen me to resist anything that contaminates my walk. Renew my mind daily, and let my spirit be sensitive to your voice, so I may remain aligned with you and never drift from the place of communion and fellowship with you, O Lord. Establish my steps in a way that keeps me close to you. Let my daily choices draw me nearer to your presence rather than farther from it. Remove carelessness from my walk. Awaken my heart to reverence, and let my life be governed by the desire to please you, that I may dwell with you not only in prayer but in every moment of my living. God of holiness, I surrender my entire being before you, spirit, soul, and body, asking that you consecrate me for your presence. Wash me with your mercy, clothe me with righteousness, and allow my life to reflect the purity required to abide with you. Let nothing in me resist your will, and let my dwelling with you be marked by obedience, humility, and faithfulness, Lord. Let my heart find its home in you alone. Remove restlessness from my soul, uproot every desire that competes with your presence, and teach me to value dwelling with you above all earthly pursuits. Establish my life on the foundation of truth and righteousness, so that my relationship with you may remain unbroken, steady, and pleasing in your sight. Father, I commit myself fully to you, asking that you grant me grace to dwell continually in your holy presence, to walk in a manner worthy of your dwelling, and to remain faithful to the path of righteousness you have set before me. Let my life be a living prayer that honors you, and let my dwelling with you bring glory to your name all the days of my life. Lord my God, I place my life before you and ask that you order my steps in uprightness, that my walk may be straight and pleasing in your sight, not leaning toward compromise or guided by convenience, but directed by truth and reverence for your name. Remove every crooked path from before me. Strengthen my resolve to walk rightly even when it is difficult, and let my daily conduct reflect a heart that fears you and desires to honor you in all things, Father. I surrender my ways to you and ask that you align my actions with your righteousness. Let my walk be consistent with my confession, not divided between obedience and disobedience, but firmly established in integrity. Teach me to choose what is right, even when no one is watching, and let my life testify that I belong to you through the uprightness of my walk, O Lord. Cleanse my path from every hidden compromise. Expose anything in my walk that does not align with your will, and grant me the grace to turn away immediately from anything that dishonors you. Let my steps be guided by your light, my decisions be governed by your truth, and my journey be marked by faithfulness. As I walk uprightly before you, God of holiness, strengthen me to walk uprightly in a world that pressures compromise. Grant me courage to stand firm in righteousness when truth is challenged. Remove fear of man from my heart, and establish within me a deep reverence for you that shapes my choices, so my walk may remain pure, consistent, and pleasing in your sight, Lord. Let uprightness be the foundation of my daily life. Guard my feet from slipping into deceit, pride, or selfish ambition, and train my heart to respond quickly to your correction. May my walk be a reflection of obedience born out of love for you, not obligation. And let every step I take bring honor to your holy name. Father, I ask that you refine my walk continually. Remove old patterns that lead me away from righteousness. Replace them with habits that strengthen my obedience. And give me discernment to recognize paths that appear right but lead away from your truth. Establish me firmly on the path of uprightness that leads to life and peace, O Lord. Let my walk before you be marked by humility and sincerity, free from hypocrisy and double-mindedness. Help me to live the same life in private as I do in public, and let my conduct reflect a genuine heart that seeks to please you above all else, that my upright walk may be a testimony of your transforming power in my life. God, my guide, direct my steps each day. Let your word be a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Keep me from stumbling through ignorance or carelessness, and teach me to walk attentively, listening for your voice and responding promptly, so that my upright walk remains steady and aligned with your will, Lord. Establish my walk in truth. Let my choices be rooted in wisdom and discernment. Remove haste and confusion from my steps, and give me patience to wait for your direction, that I may never run ahead of you or lag behind, but walk in step with your spirit in uprightness and faith, Father. I commit my walk into your hands, asking that you sustain me by your grace to walk uprightly all the days of my life. Strengthen me when I am weak. Correct me when I stray. Uphold me with your righteousness, so that my life may remain pleasing before you and reflect the path of righteousness you have prepared for me, Lord my God. I bring my actions before you and ask that you sanctify the work of my hands. Let everything I do flow from a heart aligned with your righteousness. Remove selfish motives, hidden agendas, and impure intentions from my labor, and establish me in works that honor you, so that my actions may reflect obedience, justice, and reverence for your holy name. Father, I surrender my daily responsibilities, decisions, and efforts to you, asking that righteousness govern how I act, how I serve, and how I respond to others. Let my works never be driven by pride, greed, or recognition, but by a sincere desire to please you. and let my obedience become visible through actions that reflect your truth and character, O Lord. Cleanse my works from every trace of injustice, manipulation, or dishonesty. Keep my hands pure from wrongdoing, and guide me to act fairly, kindly, and uprightly in every situation. Let my life produce fruit that aligns with your righteousness, and let my actions become a testimony of your transforming power working through me. God of holiness, shape my conduct so that righteousness becomes my natural response. Train my heart to choose what is right, even when it costs me comfort, approval, or advantage. Strengthen me to act with integrity in moments of pressure, and let my obedience be rooted in love for you rather than fear or obligation, Lord. Establish me in works that bring peace rather than harm, healing rather than division, and truth rather than deception. Remove from me any desire to succeed through unrighteous means, and teach me to trust you completely as I commit my actions to your will, knowing that you are the rewarder of those who walk in righteousness. Father, let my works align with your will in both small and great matters. Keep me faithful in ordinary tasks, as well as significant responsibilities, and let righteousness define how I treat people, manage resources, and fulfill my calling, so that my life may consistently reflect obedience and faithfulness before you, O Lord. Purify my intentions before my actions are formed. Guard my heart from ambition that leads to compromise, and guide me to act with humility and wisdom. Let my works never contradict my faith, and let everything I do bring glory to your name and reflect the righteousness you desire. God, my helper, strengthen me to resist every temptation to act unjustly. Give me courage to choose righteousness when compromise appears easier, and let my actions be governed by truth, fairness, and love, so that my life may remain aligned with your standards and pleasing in your sight, Lord. Let righteousness be evident in the way I live, speak, and act. Remove carelessness from my conduct, sharpen my discernment, and teach me to pause and seek your guidance before acting, that my works may remain pure, and my conscience remain clear before you, Father. I commit all my actions into your hands, asking that you establish my works in righteousness. Correct me when I act wrongly. Strengthen me when I grow weary, and uphold me by your grace, so that my life may continually reflect obedience, integrity, and devotion to you as I walk before you in righteousness. Lord my God, I come before you asking that you plant truth deeply within my heart. Remove every trace of deception, self-justification, and hidden falsehood, and let my inner thoughts, motives, and intentions be fully aligned with your truth, so that what lives inside me is pure, sincere, and pleasing in your sight. And my heart may never betray my devotion to you, Father. Cleanse my heart from hypocrisy and double-mindedness. Remove the desire to appear righteous while harboring compromise within, and grant me the grace to be honest before you at all times. Let truth govern my thoughts when no one sees, and let my inner life reflect integrity that stands firm before your holiness. O Lord, search my heart and expose every lie I have believed, every false narrative formed by fear, pride, or past wounds, and replace them with your truth. Let my heart become a sanctuary of honesty, where nothing is hidden from you, and nothing resists your refining light. God of righteousness, align my emotions, thoughts, and desires with your truth. Remove confusion from my inner being. Silence every deceptive voice that speaks contrary to your word, and establish my heart in clarity and purity, so the truth becomes the foundation upon which my life is built. Lord, let my heart speak truth even when my lips are silent. Guard my inner dialogue from bitterness, accusation, and self-deception, and teach me to judge my own heart by your standard rather than by feelings or circumstances. that my inner life may remain clean and faithful before you, Father. Purify my intentions before they turn into actions. Remove hidden pride, resentment, and selfish ambition from my heart, and let sincerity rule my inner being, so that my obedience flows from a heart that truly loves you and desires to walk in righteousness without pretense. O Lord, let truth reign within me. Uproot every seed of dishonesty planted by fear or compromise. Renew my mind daily with your word, and train my heart to respond to you with openness and humility, that my inner life may remain aligned with your will at all times. God, my Creator, form my heart to delight in truth. Teach me to welcome your correction. Remove resistance to your conviction, and let my heart remain soft and teachable before you, so that nothing in me hardens against your voice or resists your guidance. Lord, establish my heart in integrity. Let my private thoughts agree with my public confession. Remove hidden contradictions between what I believe and how I live. And let I bring my tongue before you, and ask that you sanctify my speech. Cleanse my mouth from every form of corruption, exaggeration, and falsehood, and let my words be shaped by truth, wisdom, and reverence, so that nothing I speak would dishonor you or harm another soul, but instead reflect a heart aligned with your righteousness, Father. Place a guard over my lips and discipline my speech. Remove careless words, harsh expressions, and hidden bitterness that seeks expression through my mouth, and teach me to speak with restraint, discernment, and love, that my words may carry life, healing, and peace rather than destruction or regret. Lord, cleanse my tongue from slander, gossip, and subtle accusation. Remove the desire to tear down others through words, and replace it with a commitment to speak truth without malice. Let my speech be free from manipulation and distortion, and let my words reflect honesty that honors you, God of righteousness. Train my tongue to speak what is just and pleasing in your sight. Remove the temptation to lie for convenience or advantage, and give me courage to speak truth even when silence would be easier. Let my words be weighed carefully and spoken with integrity and wisdom. Lord, let my speech be governed by the truth that lives within my heart. Remove inconsistency between what I believe and what I say, and align my words with your holiness, that my tongue may never become a tool of harm, pride, or deceit, but a vessel of righteousness and honor, Father. Teach me to pause before I speak, to listen for your guidance, and to consider the impact of my words. Remove impulsive speech that brings regret, and replace it with wisdom that speaks at the right time and in the right way, so that my words may always reflect self-control and reverence for you, O Lord. Purify my conversations, both public and private. Remove hidden sarcasm, mockery, and subtle cruelty, and let my speech be seasoned with grace and truth, that every word I release may align with your will and contribute to peace rather than division. God, my helper, strengthen me to remain silent when silence is wise, and to speak when truth is required. Remove fear that causes dishonesty and pride that leads to careless speech, and let my tongue remain under the authority of your Spirit at all times. Lord, let my words never be a source of offense or stumbling to others. Guard me from speaking in anger, frustration, or bitterness, and teach me to use my voice to encourage, uplift, and reflect righteousness, that my speech may glorify you and reflect the purity you desire, Father. I surrender my tongue fully to you, asking that you refine my speech daily, correct me when I speak wrongly, and establish my mouth as an instrument of truth, integrity, and righteousness, so that everything I say may honor you and align with the path of righteousness you have set before me, Lord my God. I place my life before you and ask that you remove from me every inclination toward harm, cruelty, or injustice. Cleanse my heart from anger that seeks revenge, from selfishness that ignores the pain of others, and from pride that justifies wrongdoing, and establish within me a spirit that chooses righteousness, kindness, and peace in every interaction, so that my life may never be a source of evil to another soul. Father, guard my actions carefully. Restrain me from responding to offense with offense, and teach me to walk in love even when wronged. Remove bitterness that seeks expression through harmful deeds, and replace it with mercy, patience, and self-control, that my conduct may reflect your goodness and not contribute to the suffering of others, O Lord. Cleanse my intentions before they become actions. Uproot hidden resentment, envy, and unforgiveness that can lead to harm, and renew my heart with compassion and understanding. Let my hands never be instruments of injustice, and let my life reflect a commitment to do good rather than evil in every circumstance. God of righteousness, keep me sensitive to the impact of my actions. Prevent me from acting carelessly or selfishly in ways that wound others, and grant me discernment to choose peace over conflict, humility over pride, and love over selfish gain, so that my life may remain aligned with your standard of righteousness. Lord, teach me to walk gently before others, to act with fairness and respect, and to consider the well-being of those around me. Remove harshness from my responses, impulsiveness from my actions, and indifference from my heart, and establish me in a way of living that reflects your justice and compassion. Father, restrain me from participating in harm through silence, neglect, or passive agreement. Give me courage to stand for what is right, and wisdom to act in ways that protect rather than injure. Let my life be marked by integrity that refuses to contribute to wrongdoing in any form, O Lord. Purify my behavior in both private and public spaces. Keep me from hidden actions that dishonor you or harm others, and strengthen my conscience to remain tender before you, that I may quickly turn away from anything that violates your righteousness or causes pain to another person. God, my refuge, help me to respond to difficult people and situations with grace rather than aggression, patience rather than retaliation, and wisdom rather than impulse. Remove the desire to harm those who oppose me, and teach me to trust you as my defender and judge, Lord. Let my life become a reflection of your goodness. Let my actions promote peace, safety, and justice. Remove every tendency toward manipulation, nullity, exploitation, or unfair advantage, and establish me in righteousness that seeks the good of others as an expression of obedience to you, Father. I surrender my conduct fully into your hands, asking that you guide my actions. Restrain me from evil, correct me when I am tempted to harm, and uphold me with your grace, so that my life may consistently reflect righteousness, compassion, and obedience as I walk before you in the path of truth. Lord my God, I come before you asking that you shape my heart to honor what you honor, and to value what is precious in your sight. Remove distorted judgments formed by pride, fear, or human approval. Cleanse my perception so that my respect is aligned with your truth, and let my life reflect discernment that recognizes righteousness, integrity, and faithfulness as worthy of honor before you, Father. Teach me to walk with holy discernment, to separate what is pleasing to you from what grieves your spirit. Remove admiration for what is corrupt, flashy, or deceptive, and establish within me a heart that esteems purity, obedience, and humility, so that my honor is never misplaced, and my values remain rooted in your righteousness, O Lord. Cleanse my heart from honoring appearance over character, success over integrity, and popularity over truth. Uproot every desire to celebrate what you reject, and renew my mind to recognize the beauty of righteousness, that my respect, loyalty, and approval may align fully with your will and reflect obedience to your standards. God of holiness, give me clarity to honor those who fear you sincerely, who walk in truth even when unseen, and who remain faithful under pressure. Remove flattery from my heart, and let my honor be sincere, rooted in truth and discernment, not in fear of man or desire for acceptance. Lord, guard me from forming alliances that pull my heart away from righteousness. Remove confusion from my discernment, and help me recognize influences that weaken my devotion to you. Establish my heart in wisdom so that my associations, loyalties, and partnerships reflect my commitment to honor you above all else, Father. Let my life reject what you reject without bitterness or pride. Keep me from celebrating wickedness, injustice, or deception in any form, and teach me to stand firm in righteousness, even when it isolates me, that my honor may remain pure and my conscience remain clean before you, O Lord. Purify my loyalties, remove divided allegiance from my heart, and teach me to honor truth consistently in both word and action. Let my respect be governed by your word rather than emotions or circumstances, so that my life reflects faithfulness and obedience to you. God, my guide, train my heart to value what lasts eternally, to honor righteousness over temporary gain, and to esteem obedience above comfort. Remove shallow admiration from my spirit, and establish within me reverence for holiness, integrity, and truth that reflects your nature, Lord. Let my decisions reveal what I honor, expose any contradiction between my confession and my conduct, and realign my heart where my values have drifted, that my life may consistently demonstrate respect for what you approve and rejection of what dishonors you, Father. I surrender my values fully into your hands, asking that you refine my discernment, purify my honor, and establish my heart in alignment with your righteousness, so that everything I esteem, support, and uphold may bring glory to your name and reflect the path of righteousness you have set before me. Lord my God, I come before you acknowledging the sacred weight of every promise spoken before you. And I ask that you establish my heart in faithfulness, remove carelessness from my words, and give me the strength to honor my commitments, even when it costs me comfort, convenience, or personal gain. Let my integrity stand firm so that my life reflects loyalty, truth, and reverence for your name, Father. Teach me to fear you in my promises, to speak with wisdom and restraint, and to honor what I have vowed even when circumstances change. Remove the temptation to retreat from responsibility, and grant me the grace to remain faithful, that my words may carry weight, and my life may reflect steadfast obedience before you, O Lord. Cleanse my heart from instability and double-mindedness. Remove the desire to escape obligation when it becomes difficult, and strengthen my resolve to stand by truth. Let my yes remain yes and my no remain, so that my faithfulness may reflect the righteousness you desire. God of righteousness, anchor my spirit in consistency. Teach me to uphold what I have committed to without manipulation or excuse, and give me endurance to fulfill promises with humility and patience. Let my integrity remain unshaken, and let my obedience honor you in every season. Lord, refine my character so that I do not speak hastily or vow lightly. Teach me to count the cost before I commit, and once committed, grant me strength to fulfill my word without resentment or delay, that my life may be marked by reliability, honesty, and reverence. Father, remove fear of loss that tempts me to break my word, and replace it with trust in your provision and faithfulness. Let my obedience not depend on benefit, but on righteousness, and let my commitments remain firm even when they require sacrifice, O Lord. Establish my heart in truth so that I do not shift with pressure, opinion, or adversity. Keep me faithful in private commitments as well as public ones, and let my consistency reflect a heart submitted fully to you and governed by your righteousness. God, my strength, help me to endure when honoring my word becomes difficult. Remind me that you are my reward, and give me grace to complete what I have promised without bitterness, pride, or complaint, so that my faithfulness may glorify you, Lord. Let my life never contradict my promises. Remove deception from my intentions and align my actions with my words, that my integrity may remain intact and my obedience may stand as a testimony of your work within me, Father. I surrender every commitment, promise, and vow into your hands, asking that you strengthen me to honor them faithfully. Correct me where I fall short, and establish my life in truth, so that my faithfulness may reflect your righteousness and bring glory to your holy name all the days of my life. Lord my God, I come before you asking that you establish my life in justice, remove every trace of corruption from my heart, and cleanse my intentions from selfish gain, greed, or hidden compromise. Let my decisions be guided by righteousness rather than advantage, and let my life reflect fairness, honesty, and reverence for your holy standards. Father, guard me from pursuing benefit at the expense of integrity. Remove the desire to gain through unjust means, and teach me to trust you as my provider. Let my heart remain free from greed, and my actions remain clean, so that my walk before you may be upright and pleasing in your sight. O Lord, purify my motives in all dealings. Keep me from exploiting weakness, desperation, or ignorance in others, and establish me in compassion and fairness. Let my life reflect justice that flows from obedience to you and respect for the dignity of every person. God of righteousness, protect my heart from subtle forms of corruption, from small compromises that erode integrity, and from rationalizing wrongdoing for convenience or survival. Sharpen my discernment and strengthen me to choose what is right, even when it requires sacrifice. Lord, let my hands remain clean from bribery, manipulation, and unjust influence. Remove every temptation to twist truth for gain, and establish me in honesty that cannot be bought, shaken, or silenced, so that my life may remain anchored in righteousness, Father. Teach me to act justly, even when injustice appears rewarded. Keep my heart from envy when wrongdoing prospers, and anchor my trust in you as the righteous judge. Let my obedience remain firm and my conscience remain clear before you, O Lord. Remove fear that pressures compromise, and replace it with bold trust in your provision. Let my decisions reflect faith rather than desperation. Establish my life in justice that honors you above all else. God, my defender, guard me from false accusation and from participating in accusation against others. Remove the desire to see others fall for personal gain, and teach me to walk in mercy, truth, and fairness, that my life may reflect your righteous character, Lord. Let my integrity remain intact in both private and public dealings. Remove hypocrisy from my conduct, and align my inner convictions with my outward actions, so that my life may consistently reflect justice, honesty, and obedience to your will, Father. I surrender my choices, dealings, and decisions into your hands, asking that you establish me firmly in justice, preserve me from corruption, and uphold me by your righteousness, so that my life may remain unshaken, faithful, and pleasing before you as I walk in the path of truth. Lord my God, I come before you asking that you establish my life on a foundation that cannot be shaken, anchor my heart in truth, and root my faith deeply in your righteousness. Remove instability, fear, and doubt that cause wavering, and let my life stand firm through every season, storm, and trial, as I trust you to uphold me by your strength, Father. Strengthen my inner being so that I am not easily moved by pressure, opposition, or temptation. Remove every weakness that causes compromise, and fortify my spirit with conviction and endurance. Let my trust in you remain steady, and let my obedience remain consistent, regardless of circumstances, O Lord. Plant my feet firmly on the path of righteousness. Keep me from slipping into old patterns or drifting away from your will, and establish my heart in faithfulness. Let my life be grounded in truth, unmoved by fear, and sustained by unwavering trust in you, God of strength. Remove instability from my soul, quiet every anxious thought, and replace uncertainty with confidence in your promises. Let my faith not depend on emotion or convenience, but on your unchanging word, so that I may remain firm and steadfast in my walk before you, Lord. Teach me to stand when others fall away, to remain faithful when compromise is celebrated, and to endure when obedience is costly. Strengthen my resolve to walk uprightly, and let my life reflect perseverance that comes from deep trust in you, Father. Guard me from being shaken by the opinions of people, the pressure of culture, or the lure of comfort. Remove fear of loss and desire for approval, and establish my heart in reverence for you alone, that my faith may remain rooted and immovable. O Lord, uphold me when trials arise, strengthen me when temptation presses in, and sustain me when obedience feels heavy. Let my life remain fixed on you, and let my commitment to righteousness remain unbroken through every challenge I face. God, my refuge, keep me steady when circumstances shift and uncertain seasons arise. Remind me that you are my foundation, my security, and my defense. And let my trust in you prevent me from being shaken by fear, confusion, or adversity, Lord. Establish my life as a testimony of stability. Let my faith endure, my obedience remain constant, and my character reflect maturity and strength. Remove double-mindedness from my walk, and let my devotion to you remain firm and unwavering, Father. I surrender my life fully into your hands, asking that you establish me firmly in righteousness, uphold me by your grace, and keep me standing secure in your truth, so that I may remain unshaken, faithful, and pleasing before you all the days of my life as I walk in the path you have prepared for me. Lord my God, I come before you seeking security that comes not from human approval, but from living a life that pleases you. Remove the desire to be affirmed by people at the expense of righteousness, and establish my heart in confidence that flows from obedience, so that my peace may rest in knowing that my life is accepted before you, Father. Free me from the need to perform, impress, or compete for validation. Cleanse my heart from comparison and insecurity, and teach me to rest in your acceptance. Let my identity be rooted in who I am before you rather than in how I am seen by others. And let my walk reflect quiet confidence grounded in truth, O Lord. Strengthen my heart to remain faithful even when my obedience is unnoticed or misunderstood. Remove discouragement that arises from lack of recognition, and remind me that you see all things. Let my satisfaction come from pleasing you alone, and let my security remain firm in your presence, God of righteousness. Guard my heart from seeking approval through compromise. Remove fear of rejection that leads to disobedience, and establish within me a deep assurance that your favor is greater than human applause, so that my choices may reflect integrity and courage. Lord, let my confidence be anchored in your truth, not in achievements, status, or possessions. Remove pride that inflates and shame that diminishes, and teach me to walk humbly and securely before you, knowing that your approval sustains me and your grace upholds me, Father. Teach me to value your well done above every other voice. Silence accusations that undermine my confidence, and replace them with truth that affirms my standing in you. Let my heart remain steady, secure, and untroubled as I walk in obedience to your will, O Lord. Protect my heart from insecurity that seeks comfort in compromise. Remove the need to be seen, praised, or defended by others, and establish my soul in peace that comes from living rightly before you, so that my confidence remains unshaken. God, my defender, let my security rest in your justice, not in self-defense or retaliation. Teach me to trust you, to vindicate what is right, and let my heart remain calm and assured even when falsely judged or misunderstood. Lord, let my life reflect freedom from fear, rejection, and anxiety. Establish my heart in the assurance that obedience brings peace, and let my confidence grow as I continue to walk faithfully before you. Trusting your approval above all else, Father, I surrender my need for validation into your hands, asking that you establish me securely in your truth. Uphold me with your grace and fill my heart with peace that comes from living a life pleasing to you, so that I may walk confidently and faithfully in the path of righteousness all the days of my life. Lord my God, I come before you asking that you establish my heart in steadfast obedience, not driven by emotion or circumstance, but anchored deeply in truth. Let my devotion remain consistent through every season. Remove wavering and instability from my spirit, and strengthen me to remain faithful to you, even when the path of righteousness feels demanding or unseen. Father, teach me to abide in truth continually, not only when it is easy, but when it confronts, corrects, and refines me. Remove resistance from my heart, and give me grace to submit fully to your will, so that my obedience may flow from love and reverence rather than pressure or fear, O Lord. Guard my heart from drifting away through distraction, familiarity, or complacency. Awaken my spirit to remain alert and responsive to your voice, and establish my life in disciplined obedience, that I may remain rooted in truth and aligned with your righteousness at all times. God of holiness, remove selective obedience from my life. Cleanse me from obeying only where it benefits me, and give me a whole heart that responds fully to your commands. Let my submission be sincere and complete, and let my walk before you reflect consistency and integrity, Lord. Strengthen me to obey you when obedience is costly, when it requires patience, humility, or sacrifice. Remove fear of loss from my heart, and replace it with trust in your faithfulness, so that my life may remain firmly anchored in truth rather than circumstance. Father, teach me to remain steady when temptation arises, to hold fast to righteousness when compromise appears appealing, and to trust your wisdom above my own understanding. Let my obedience be guarded by conviction and sustained by your grace, O Lord. Establish my inner life in discipline and devotion. Remove laziness from my spirit and renew my commitment to walk faithfully with you. Let truth govern my choices, and let obedience become my natural response. As I walk in step with your will, God, my strength, help me to persevere in righteousness. When the journey feels long, remind me that you are present in every step of obedience, and let my heart remain encouraged and strengthened as I continue to abide in truth without turning aside. Lord, let my obedience be enduring and sincere, not temporary or conditional. Remove the desire to negotiate with truth, and establish my heart in submission that honors you fully, so that my life may reflect faithfulness that stands firm through time and testing. Father, I surrender my will completely into your hands, asking that you establish me in steadfast obedience, preserve me in truth, and uphold me by your grace, so that I may remain faithful, unwavering, and pleasing before you, as I walk in the path of righteousness you have set before me. Lord my God, I come before you acknowledging that every good thing in my life flows from you alone. Therefore, I ask that you clothe my heart with humility. Remove pride that exalts self, silence arrogance that resists correction, and teach me to walk softly before you, fully aware of my dependence on your grace, that my life may reflect reverence, submission, and honor toward you in all things, Father. Cleanse my heart from self-importance and the desire to elevate myself above others. Remove comparison, competition, and hidden superiority, and teach me to see myself rightly before you. Let humility govern my thoughts, shape my responses, and guide my interactions, so that my life may reflect gentleness and respect, rooted in obedience to you, O Lord. Teach me to bow inwardly before your holiness, to listen more than I speak, and to learn more than I assume. Remove defensiveness from my spirit, and replace it with a teachable heart that welcomes your correction, so that I may grow continually in righteousness and wisdom. God of truth, strip away false confidence that is built on status, ability, or recognition, and anchor my identity in you alone. Let my strength be found in submission to your will, and let my confidence rest in your faithfulness, rather than in my own understanding or effort, Lord. Help me to walk humbly with others, to honor without envy, to serve without resentment, and to respond with patience rather than pride. Remove the need to prove myself, and let my life be marked by quiet obedience and sincere reverence for you, Father. Guard my heart from spiritual pride, from believing that obedience makes me superior, and from forgetting that it is your grace that sustains me. Keep my spirit low before you and my heart grateful, that my walk may remain pure and pleasing in your sight, O Lord. Teach me to accept correction without resistance, instruction without offense, and truth without excuse. Remove stubbornness from my heart, and establish within me humility that responds quickly to your voice and willingly aligns with your will. God, my Maker, let my humility be genuine and not performative. Remove false modesty that hides pride, and let my reverence for you shape how I speak, how I act, and how I treat others, that my life may consistently honor you, Lord. Let humility preserve me from falling, keep me grounded when success comes, and steady me when challenges arise. Teach me to give you glory in all things, and let my life remain surrendered and dependent on you alone, Father. I surrender my pride, my ego, and my desire for self-exaltation into your hands, asking that you establish my life in humility, reverence, and obedience, so that I may walk faithfully before you, honor you in all my ways, and remain pleasing in your sight as I continue on the path of righteousness you have set before me. Lord my God, come before you asking that you establish my life in peace, not the fragile peace shaped by circumstance, but the deep peace that flows from righteousness. Remove conflict born from pride, misunderstanding, or selfish desire, and teach me to walk in harmony with others while remaining faithful to your truth, that my relationships may reflect your wisdom and grace, Father. Cleanse my heart from bitterness, resentment, and unresolved offense. Remove memories that fuel anger and division, and heal places within me that react defensively. Let your peace rule my heart and guide my interactions, so that I may respond with patience, understanding, and love rather than strife. O Lord, teach me to pursue peace without compromising righteousness. Give me discernment to know when to speak and when to remain silent. Remove impulsive reactions from my spirit and replace them with wisdom that seeks reconciliation, humility, and understanding in every relationship. God of peace, help me to walk honestly and respectfully with others, remove manipulation, control, and hidden agendas from my interactions, and establish my heart in sincerity, that my relationships may be built on trust, integrity, and truth that honors you, Lord. Guard my heart from unnecessary conflict, from stirring strife through words or attitudes, and from responding harshly when misunderstood. Teach me to listen with empathy, speak with grace, and act with restraint, that my presence may promote peace rather than tension, Father. Remove the desire to win arguments at the expense of love, and replace it with a longing to reflect your character. Let humility guide my responses, and let my conduct reflect a commitment to peace that does not sacrifice obedience to your will, O Lord. Help me to forgive freely, to release offenses quickly, and to trust you with justice. Remove the burden of retaliation from my heart, and teach me to walk in freedom by choosing peace over resentment and obedience over revenge. God, my refuge, protect my heart from relational fear, rejection, and insecurity. Help me to stand firm in truth without hostility, and let my interactions reflect calm confidence rooted in your presence, so that my relationships may remain balanced, respectful, and honoring to you, Lord. Let my life become an instrument of peace. Let my words heal rather than wound, my actions restore rather than divide, and my attitudes reflect your grace. Remove hardness from my heart, and establish me in gentleness and wisdom. Father, I surrender my relationships fully into your hands, asking that you guide me to walk in peace, truth, and love. Correct me when I act wrongly, heal what is broken, and establish my life in harmony that reflects righteousness and brings glory to your name as I continue to walk in your way. Lord my God, I come before you with a heart fully yielded, asking that you establish me in the security that comes from walking in righteousness. Let my life be rooted in your presence. Remove fear of instability, loss, or failure, and allow my soul to rest in the assurance that obedience to you brings lasting peace and divine covering, Father. Let my dwelling with you be constant and unbroken, not seasonal or conditional, but sustained by faithfulness and trust. Remove anything that threatens my closeness with you, and strengthen my heart to remain steadfast in righteousness, knowing that you are my refuge, my shelter, and my eternal foundation. Anchor my life in your truth so that I am not shaken by trials, opposition, or uncertainty. Let my confidence rest in your faithfulness rather than in circumstances, and establish me firmly in the path of righteousness, where fear has no power and doubt finds no place. God of strength, uphold me when the journey feels long, secure my steps when the ground feels uncertain, and remind me that you are the one who sustains those who walk uprightly. Let my trust in you silence anxiety, and let my heart remain calm and confident in your presence, Lord. Let my obedience produce stability in my life. Let righteousness become my shelter, and let integrity become my protection. Remove instability from my soul, and establish me in a life that reflects consistency, faithfulness, and trust in you, Father. Teach me to rest in the security of your presence. Remove striving, fear, and restlessness from my heart, and replace them with peace that flows from knowing that my life is aligned with your will, so that my dwelling with you may be marked by confidence and joy, O Lord. Let my life stand as a testimony of stability. Let my faith remain firm through every season, and let my obedience anchor me in unshakable peace. Remove anything that threatens to pull me away from your presence, and keep my heart fixed on you, God, my refuge. Surround me with your protection. Cover my life with your righteousness, and let my dwelling with you become my greatest security, so that no fear, no trial, and no opposition may move me from the place of trust and obedience. Lord, let my life reflect the promise of Psalm 15, that the one who walks uprightly and lives righteously shall not be moved. Establish my steps, secure my heart, and let my confidence rest fully in you as I continue to walk faithfully before you, Father. I surrender my entire life into your hands, asking that you keep me dwelling securely in your presence, established in righteousness, anchored in truth, and upheld by your grace, so that I may remain unshaken, faithful, and pleasing before you all the days of my life, bringing honor and glory to your holy name. Father God, thank you for your presence and grace. Seal every prayer, establish each listener in righteousness and peace, and let this prayer, through divine cleansing secret, continue to bring cleansing and strength. In Jesus' name, amen.